Oh my God. Woke. Trek is woke, man. It's as woke as it could be, dude. So, I've been watching trailers for Starfleet Academy, and I want to watch some reviews of the show from other creators. I'm going to react to a few of them, and I have a feeling a lot of them are going to have a very vitriolic reaction. Look, it's just bad writing. This is why millennials don't deserve to be in the writer's room. And if they are constantly using their smartphone and have a low attention span, a short attention span, that's a problem. I'm not saying that I'm a good writer by all stretch. That's why I don't get into writing. But the people who are writing this, I don't know if it's nepotism that got them into the industry. I can't tell. But the writing for Kurtzman's Star Trek is god awful. It's utter trash. I try not to be too negative. I try to give a little bit of a benefit of the doubt to some of these, but this is bad, dude. This sucks. There's levels of garbage even I can't tolerate. And by the way, I watch a lot of stupid shit. I watched a lot of shitty movies, a lot of shitty TV shows, and yeah. This is wild to me, man. I mean, this really is crazy. Nah, Nick Shirley's also the man, by the way. I just want to give a shout out to my boy Nick Shirley. Crazy though, man. Effing crazy. But yeah, no, the new Star Trek is woke as balls. It's terrible. I'm going to put out a poll, actually. Let's put out a poll. Now, the question for the poll is going to be, is Starfleet Academy woke garbage? Yes or no? That is the question. And we'll see how many voters we get on this. Yeah, my take is it's absolute woke garbage. It's puerile trash. It seems like it's written by people that don't understand Star Trek, and that's the worst part about it. But yeah, it's woke garbage. Yeah, make sure you guys vote in the poll, by the way. Is Starfleet Academy woke garbage? And yeah, I think this is the direction that Trek is going. It's written by woke millennials or Gen Z or whoever the hell they're getting into the writing room. I don't know what level of nepotism has to happen to make all this happen, but I think I want to blame nepotism on this. I feel like nepotism's the problem here. But we're going to react to a few things about Starfleet Academy. And I have a feeling it's not going to be good. All right, so we're going to look up Starfleet Academy review. I want to react to a lot of different reviews. Let's see. Nerdrotic. I am kind of curious to see what these people say. Let's see. right, let's take a look at this. We'll see what's happening here. Give me a few moments. We're going to skip these trailers. Here we go.
Chrissy, we're going to ask you to sit out for a little bit because we have a special guest. Get her out of here! Get the woman out of here! Because we have a special guest from his car
I thought she was going to come back in costume.
No, it is Chrissy.
I only heard about buttermilk and that was it.
Chrissy's just put in private chat. Yeah. Oh my God, you have to bring me back in for a sec.
All right, I could dip.
Alan Ing. Oh wait, Alan's just back. Let me get him on screen.
It's Alan Ing. Oh, I am very good a Star Wars nerd.
Something wrong.
Something wrong.
X-Ray Girl, we said bring Chrissy back in.
I'm here in my car to report back on the latest.
Now it seems like Goblin. I want a real review here. We could watch Dr. Disaster, I think. Let's see. Star Trek cast lashed out at Trekkies who hate the new woke Trek content. Oh yeah, that's right. I was looking at this a little bit ago.
What is up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the Chud champion Dr. Disaster, and the cast and crew of Star Trek Starfleet Academy have gotten noticeably defensive about their show already, despite the fact that it isn't out. The problem that they're running into is that clips like this one are circulating online.
The show looks terrible.
Subspace instability may be creeping in, and we're the first to chart it.
Would make an excellent practical study module for the Spatial Harmonics Lab, Captain. Well, let's not turtle the ship on our first try.
What the hell am I looking at?
It's bad enough that we are forced to watch the...
No, the writing is terrible. Like from what I've seen in the trailer, I'm just like, what is this gobbledygook nonsense? And I think this is the problem. Clearly, the woke writers who probably got tons of hate mail for the woke bullshit they created when they created Star Trek Picard, when they created season 3 was actually good of Star Trek Picard because it had a different showrunner. What's the other ones? Discovery, Strange New Worlds is some woke. It's just all woke garbage, and I think people are just kind of done with it, rightfully so. I know that I got kind of done with all the woke shit quite a while ago. And now that more people are starting to speak up about it, I mean, like, I think this is going to be the death of Star Trek. Is Starfleet Academy. I just think this is bad, dude. This is just, based on the trailers, based on some of the previews that I've gotten from this, I don't have a lot of hope on this show.
Adventures of the HR ladies in space in this clip, because can you honestly look at this image and tell me that that is not precisely what this looks like? Whenever I see these characters, I feel like they're about to send me an email about how to be respectful to my coworkers and value their lived experiences or some shit like that. But I want you to watch the tail end of that clip again and answer me a very simple question. Why in the hell would the captain, the blonde lady, hand the Jem Hadar woman her glasses?
Well, let's not turtle the ship on our first try.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about that too. Like, ugh.
That really doesn't make any sense at all, does it? And it is precisely that sort of weirdness and lack of attention to detail that has caught the attention of Star Trek fans throughout the Kurtzman years and caused us to pull back in disgust and go,
I am not one of your fans!
And now, with this new show about to kick off in a few days, Robert Picardo, who reprises his role of the Doctor in Starfleet Academy,
I do love the Doctor.
Just posted this
although
on
Robert
X,
Picardo is a little woke,
trying to defend the show and attack the fan base.
Still love the Doctor.
Doing that cliched thing.
He may be a little bit woke, but, Robert Picardo, but, I still love the guy. You could be woke, I'll still love you. I'll still care about you.
Where he says that Star Trek was always woke. There are a ton of examples of Star Trek not being woke at all, which we are going to look at in a minute here, but really the only reason people like Picardo say things like this is because they assume all good things belong to their political side, and all of the bad things go to the people who oppose them.
That is true. I mean, Dr. Disaster makes a good point there. In the world of politics, for instance, the fact that I don't agree with the left at all, most people try to paint me as a villain because of that. And it's like, no, I think I'm the only sane one here because I'm not going to blindly agree with you. Just because you tell me I should agree with you. That's just a thing. But yeah, no, I think that what Star Trek, I call it woke Trek at this point, what woke Trek has become is honestly garbage. It just seems like total dribble. I don't understand why anybody would want to watch that shit.
He says shit like this because he and the rest of the people responsible for the show can see how the world is responding to the shit that they made, and they are being preemptively defensive. And he also says that stuff because he, like so many of these other progressive shit-lib weirdos, struggle with a very basic question.
Are we the baddies?
That's pretty funny. Make sure you guys subscribe to Dr. Disaster, though. He's a pretty interesting YouTube guy. He's one of those guys that wears like a mask or whatever to hide his identity, which that makes sense in today's age. I should probably do the same, but I don't.
Doug.
Alright, me hearties, let's take a look at what Robert Picardo specifically said in defense of Starfleet Academy, and then I have a series of clips from classic Star Trek that I'd like to show you which annihilates his claims.
Oh, real quick, Lone Wolf and Cub says, the new Star Trek sucks so hard, I only want the old Trek. I felt like they told a better story. I felt like they were telling real stories, real moral screenplays with Star Trek back in the day. Now the new stuff just feels like just terrible dribble, terrible garbage. I'm not a fan of the new stuff, man. I think it's all terrible. If we're going to be honest, I think it's all dribble.
But anyways, here is his post, which tells you everything you need to know about this crumb bum. It says, long before the term existed, Star Trek's heart was woke. And even though that word has been hijacked and made a cudgel to insult, to ridicule, and, at the toxic extremes of social media, to justify prejudice and racism,
Okay. No. Here's what woke is. It's basically a Karen who thinks everything is racist and will accuse you of being what you're not because they honestly want to have conflict. Woke people love conflict. But they're so good with all the manipulation and stuff like that. Like, they'll actually do what they can to make you feel like, oh, how could you be such a bad person for believing this? That's truth. That's a woke thing, man. Woke Karens only care about social compliance. They don't have any individual thought. They just want to get mad at something. And that's about it. It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Trek's heart is strong and still beating for those listening. Now, I really need to point out that woke...
By the way, I want to make it clear, I still love Robert Pichardo. I think he's wrong as fuck. Robert Pichardo is so wrong, so incorrect. We're tired of woke because it's a Karen thing. Karens are woke. And the problem is the Democrat Party has been hijacked by annoying white liberal Karens. That's all. Let's keep going.
Is actually not a moniker that the supposed right-wing chuds just out of nowhere threw at progressives. I would like to remind them that woke is their term. A decade or so ago, whenever someone agreed with their worldview, these progressives would say that a person was woke, and it eventually became common parlance. The only reason that the term woke is considered toxic now is because the ideology associated with it has been so utterly rejected.
Exactly. We use woke as an insult because it's the stupidest thing you could call somebody. Think about it. The fact of the matter is that the left invented the word woke, and we heard them calling each other woke, and we were like, these guys are morons. I'm woke, and now we just use it to make fun of liberals at this point, the white liberal Karens. And yeah, I love using the word woke. I think it's funny because yeah, I do throw it as an insult. Absolutely. I think most woke people are very annoying, and they tend to care more about social compliance and stupid rules than anything else. So,
think about the way that he uses that term in his tweet. He makes it seem like the word was just some...
I will say the thing that pisses me off about woke Karens the most, though, is they will justify unlawful BS, by the way. They'll do like terrible things to you. They'll dox you. They'll do terrible, awful things. They'll even hit you. But the moment that you retaliate, they play the victim. And this is why I can't stand woke people. It's because they're all a bunch of Karens. All a bunch of pussies. And yeah, woke is dead. Woke is dead. And I hope it is. I mean, it never will be. There will always be crazy lunatic liberals who think that communism and socialism are good ideas. There will always be dumbasses who think Karl Marx was an intellectual. I mean, he's a pretty smart guy, but he still created one of the dumbest ideas ever created. And somehow rich liberal kids think it's like actually a good idea.
Pejorative, an insult floating around in space, and the people grabbed onto it and started hurling it at them like a shitball or something. But there is a reason that people are shying away from the term woke now, and I refuse to allow people like this to act like victims, to act like they didn't start this shitstorm off by trying to censor people all over the internet so that nobody could object to their views. This jackass is only crying about this because they have to play in a fair fight now, and there is no longer any hiding how distasteful we find modern progressive Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Modern progressive Hollywood is so effing tarded. That's all I gotta say.
This guy here had an excellent response to Picardo. He wrote, "To be open-minded in the 60s is absolutely nothing at all like being woke today. Stop acting like it is." And Picardo replied to him snidely, saying, "Or humanity changes and grows in 6 decades. Stop acting like it doesn't." And this guy then absolutely roasted Picardo.
Kudos to the blessed salt, saying, how do you determine what is good growth and what isn't? Cancer is a growth too. Merely having an open mind is nothing. The object of opening the mind, as of opening the mouth, is to shut it again on something solid. That's
he said, how do you determine what is good growth and what isn't?
That's a great response, actually. That's a damn good response. Holy shit. Yeah. Not all growth is positive growth. There are some things in this world, not all change is positive change, you know? So no frosted Garza anymore. Not at the moment, man. E.T., I know you want me to put on my frosting brows and stuff. I get it, bro. My pink brony bro. But now is not the time.
Cancer is a growth too. Merely having an open mind is nothing. The object of opening the mind, as of opening the mouth, is to shut it again on something solid. And the thing is...
Hey guys, Ash here in Rage Shadow...
This guy's a chud. I don't know. This guy screams, I'm a chud. I'm trying to be like Logan Paul. What a chud.
These same people who claim that Star Trek was always
Feline Gaming, what up, Brony?
Would be absolutely foaming at the mouth and getting people canceled over a lot of the stuff that was released in previous generations of Star Trek material. I have a clip of a bunch of these moments that I want to show you quick. Credit for this compilation needs to go to this account here on X, which replied to...
Star Trek is not as woke as people remember. Yeah, I'm looking at that's amazing.
Picardo's post with this video. But anyhow, have a look and try not to laugh too hard.
Let's take a
when
look.
You think about how the modern progressives would respond to this sort of language.
Welcomed Ensign Mendon on board. Certainly seems eager to please.
Wow, that's a Benzite trait.
What if Riker had said, I noticed Geordi is pretty good at basketball? And Picard was like, well, that's an African trait.
Star Trek just isn't... yeah, Starfleet Academy is literal trash, without a doubt. Oh, dude. Gene Roddenberry was a visionary. Gene kept that show on track. He kept TNG on track. Oh my god. TNG was amazing. Next Generation was honestly one of the best Star Treks I've ever watched. Let's keep watching.
She's interesting. I don't think she's the right pronoun. But if you think it's worth the risk... I don't know. Maybe I should have brought my scanner with me.
Malcolm was going to... Malcolm was going for a ladyboy alien, potentially, in that clip. That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, Gene Roddenberry would flip his shit if he saw what the garbage, the woke garbage that's going on there.
Did you know the Nigerians govern a sector of space occupied by several different humanoid species? One of those species is the Benkarans. They occupy just 10% of Nigerian space, but take up nearly 80% of the space in Nigerian prisons.
Oh. That seems like an interesting statistic. We can correlate that to something happening in society. Yeah, Star Trek was not as woke as you guys remember. God, that is funny. 10% of the space take up 80% of the space in the prisons. Yeah, Starfleet Academy looks like it might be. David, what are you talking about? It's definitely a different spin on Star Trek. Strange New Worlds made me love Trek. Pike is a great captain. David, have you ever watched any other Star Trek besides the new Trek, the new woke Trek? Like, have you branched out and seen any? Have you watched Star Trek Next Generation, original series, DS9, Enterprise, Voyager? David, come on, brother, really? You really think that Starfleet Academy looks like it might be good? Now, there's always a chance that something might be better than it appears in the trailer. But with some of the stuff that I've seen come out, some of the clips, I'm like, okay. I mean, I'll watch it just to laugh at it. I'll definitely watch it to laugh at it, though, for sure. Without a doubt, 100%.
Maybe they commit more crimes.
You don't care.
Maybe they commit more crimes. Oh.
The Cardassians.
I like them fine. It's just, well, I know them. You learn to watch your back when you're around those people.
I acquired these.
What do you mean, those people, O'Brien? What do you mean, you people, O'Brien? This is too good.
Low-by crystals from a very strange creature called a Mourning. We were warned about the Ferengi at the Academy.
Warned about Ferengi, were you?
That's right.
Slurs about my people at Starfleet.
You've killed them.
That's funny, man. They're being racist again. Oh, man. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Prejudice is actually a very human trait, by the way. Whether people like to admit it or not, prejudice is a human trait. And what original Star Trek did, like Star Trek DS9, Star Trek TNG, all that, they, instead of trying to fix humans for what they actually are, which human beings are prejudice, whether we like it or not, whether it's racial prejudice, looks prejudice, tone prejudice, you know what I mean? We prejudge. All right? That is a human trait. And instead of trying to shy away from that, Star Trek revealed that about humanity. Now, at the end of the episodes, do the main characters change? Sometimes. Sometimes they realize the error of their ways, and sometimes they don't. And you as the viewer are left to decide if they made the right choice or not. They're not out there to say, you're a bad person. You must believe in what I believe, or else you're a bad Nazi. Ugh. Feline Gaiman says it's the opposite of Gene's vision. His vision was that human beings evolved past religion. Prejudice keeps you safe. People want to stay near their own kind. No, it's okay, Feline Gaiman. I'm just reading your chats on here. And that's true. I mean, look, prejudice is a very human trait. And I think to try to avoid that in the new modern Trek, I think is pussy-ass bullshit.
One of the spoonheads.
Spoonheads?
I never said I wasn't particular.
I'm not the one who dates Ferengis.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Oh, there's a lot of racism against Ferengis in these clips. I don't like it. I'm a Ferengi. First off, deep down, I'm a Ferengi in my heart of hearts. I don't like the racism towards my Ferengi brethren.
Romulan. How could your mother mate with a Romulan?
Why shouldn't she?
It is an obscenity.
What are you saying? They love each other.
Romulans are treacherous. They are without
honor. They are without honor. Dude, I love Worf so much. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be prejudice. And I think prejudice could, it's just a trait, whether it's a human trait, whether it's maybe it's a common trait in most species that are multicellular. Multicellular species, who knows how multicellular species evolve on other planets. But, yeah, it's interesting, man.
Honor.
I quote, "The bloody Cardis can't be trusted."
I decline to answer that.
Cream-blooded son of a bitch.
We don't know what to do about humans. Of all the species we've made contact with, yours is the only one we can't define. You have the arrogance of Andorians, the stubborn pride of Tellarites. One moment you're as driven by your emotions as Klingons, and the next you confound us by suddenly embracing logic.
There are stereotypes, whether it's in alien species or the human species itself. There are stereotypes. There will always be stereotypes, by the way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with admitting that. Can the stereotypes go away over time? Sure. A lot of stereotypes are created because of a lot of the cultures that some races or species tend to take on.
We've covered this on the channel before multiple times, but Starfleet Academy is getting no traction at all. The trailers that they put out are getting largely ignored, and the people who do watch their trailers are giving them horrible ratios.
Yep.
Everyone knows that the show is going to fail, which is why the actor for the Doctor felt the need to lash...
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure Robert Pichardo has gotten tons of tweets in tons of hate DMs or whatever. I'm sure he has. Of people pissed. They're pissed about this. This is absolute trash. Even the bridge pisses me off. Like I always hate the bridge designs for these new Star Trek ones. It's a dark, dreary bridge. There's shit. It's shit for lighting. Like, what is up with the shitty lighting? Like, they're so busy trying to make it look cool. Instead, try to make it look real. Nothing about this feels real to me. But when I watch Star Trek The Next Generation, when I watch Star Trek DS9, everything about it felt like it could be real. If that makes sense. Everything about this, though, looks fucking fake as fake titties. All right? It looks like fake tits. Okay? That's what I'm trying to get at here. Yeah, Robert Picardo was the doctor on Voyager. He was the EMH. Well, I love Robert Picardo. I just want to let everybody know that. I do think he's woke as all hell, but I do love him. I think he's great. I still think he's a great actor. And sadly, most of the great actors tend to be woke these days, and it sucks. It doesn't mean they're right. It just means that it sucks. The opposite of woke is asleep, meaning you are not aware of anything. Closed-minded, aka you. Now, here's the thing. Most of these woke people, I don't think they have the ability to critically think. I really don't. I think they look at like just a few headlines of something, and it's just they just assume that the headline is telling them the truth. That's the unfortunate part. I just look for patterns and things. That's about it. Who the F knows if I'm right or wrong? I just look for patterns and shit. Feline Gaiman says, no, you're mistaken, Kelvin. Woke used to mean awake and aware. Now it's a political word for people who want to control other speech. Oh, absolutely. I can agree. I can get on board with that. It's the truth.
Out like this and defend the honor of his fellow mindless progressive shitheads. Star Trek has fallen off a cliff in terms of viewership over the past several years as people with this sort of mentality have taken it over and hollowed it out. They all seem to be quite irritated at the fact that their previous trick of creating something made for a modern audience and then covering it with a skin suit that looks like a once beloved IP, that trick is no longer working. It is no longer quite as fashionable to be as woke as these people are, and their frustration at that fact can be seen in their desperation. I can't wait for the show to come out though, so that we can hear from the audience how awful it really is. But anyways, me hearties, make sure.
I'm curious, like what the Rotten Tomatoes ratings are going to be for this. Not the critics' ratings. I'm talking because the critics are all woke as shit anyway. But I'm talking about actual people who watch the show. I mean, I think it's going to have probably one of the lowest Rotten Tomato scores we're ever going to see. I mean, people have already made up their mind about this. At least most people have. I know I have. I usually don't make up my mind this fully based on trailers and clips that have come out of this, but this is just suckage. This is absolute garbage. Oh, the Rick Berman era. Yes, the Rick Berman era of Star Trek was amazing. Amazing.
sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. A lot of you have told me that you have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure that you are still subscribed. Ever since I started bringing this up in my videos, I have had a lot of people tell me that they found that this had happened to them. I'm not sure why it happens, but it does seem to happen an awful lot. Anyhow.
That's crazy. I made sure I subscribed to Dr. Disaster because I like supporting guys like this. He's calling out the woke garbage, and this channel loves supporting these types of channels that call out the woke TV shows and all the woke cinema that's coming out. So good job, Dr. Disaster. You're the man. You're very sexy. I love you, bro. Feline Gaming. Spot on, bro.
There, Starfleet Academy is all kinds of screwed. The ratings and reviews are going to be brutal. Drop your mockery of the clowns who made it into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already...
Thank you, Dr. Disaster. That was pretty sexy, to be honest. That was amazing. Give that a like. Let's take a look and see what else is out there. Ah, the Dave Cullen Show. This guy's interesting.
Dad, let me give you a ride home. Today's video, we're going to talk about how bad Star Trek Starfleet Academy is. This new Star Trek series is due out very soon. It's due out this week, in fact. And here is what we know about it so far. Now, I would say spoilers ahead. I would give you a spoiler warning first, but you can't really spoil something that already sounds really bad. I recently watched Alan Eng from Film Threat discuss Starfleet Academy on Nerdrotic's channel, and from his description of it, it sounds, well, very suitable for a modern audience, speaking to current year sensibilities. It's going to be especially bad. No exaggeration, it sounds horrific. Alan explained that he's seen the first few episodes of the show. I guess he got screeners for it. And he explains that one of the students, Caleb, he lost his mother years ago. They were separated when he was a child. And that's an event that Holly Hunter's character, Captain Ake, she feels responsible for.
Okay. All right.
And she meets him as an adult, and she recruits Caleb into Starfleet Academy, and then she makes it her mission to help him find his mother. So that's the main overall...
I mean, it doesn't exactly seem like it's a... It doesn't seem like it's much of a Star Trek style story, but okay, let's see what else Dave is going to say here.
Arching season-long story arc for Caleb to find his mother. Wow. There's no mention of a father figure there, by the way. There's no mention of his dad. So yeah, this...
Single motherhood, man. They always do that single motherhood thing.
Sounds like another example of the amazing single mom trope that Hollywood seems to love.
Well, I was going to make another comment, but I don't think I should make that comment. I mean, if you go back and take a look at the character, that's all I'm going to say. I think you could figure out why there's a single mother here.
Of so much. Starfleet Academy is reopened after 150 years following the burn. You remember the burn? Maybe you don't. It was a ridiculous event that took place in Star Trek Discovery, where all the dilithium in the galaxy burned up and the Federation was basically gone for a while. This was done so that Michael Burnham could basically be placed as the messianic figure in Season 3 who helps to re-establish.
She is Star Trek Jesus. Michael Burnham is Star Trek Jesus. She saved us all by having us embrace the religion of woke. I'm woke now, you guys. Just to let you know, I'm the wokest show of them all.
Establish the Federation. because no one can do anything without the help of Michael Burnham. Such a pivotal historical figure for the Federation and for Star Trek, right? Captain Ake is the captain of the series' main ship, the USS Athena. Yeah, Athena. Oh boy. And Alan says that she sits in her captain's chair like a cat. She curls up in her chair like a cat, and she walks around barefoot. Yeah, I don't know. So it also sounds...
It's getting woke, dude. I'm excited. Maybe I've been too hard on this show. Maybe I should embrace the wokeness. Maybe I should let Tim Walz in my heart. I assume a lot of this is inspired by Tim Walz. I wonder if the writers thought about their Lord and Savior, Tim Walz, while writing this show. Oh, Tim Walz. How I long for you. I long for Tim Walz.
Sounds like this is a very comedy-heavy show because Alan described it as the Guardians of the Galaxy of Star Trek.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is actually good, and it's actually funny. Whereas this just appears to be woke dribble, and I'm sure it's not that funny. I still love you, Robert Brichardo. Don't look at me like that, Robert. Come on, man. Let's keep watching.
The Klingon character is a very sensitive interpretation of a Klingon, and you probably picked up on that from the promotional pictures for it and the trailers. But what they've done with the aliens on Star Trek now is they try to make them a bit more like human beings, which is wrong because Star Trek aliens were always meant to be reflections of who we are. They were supposed to be reflections of different aspects of humanity. Klingons were warriors, Vulcans were logical, Romulans are, super paranoid and scheming.
Yep.
But the aliens now seem to be updated
Accurate.
to make them simply less alien.
Yeah, to some degree. I think they're trying to make... one of the main problems I had with this show is I felt like every character, whether it... And this is just New Trek in general. If I can compare old Trek to New Trek, I would say this. The characters in Star Trek The Next Generation, for example, when I saw the way they spoke and the way they interacted with each other, I felt like this was absolutely a better version of humanity. Like, a more enlightened version. Whereas when I watch New Trek, I'm thinking, what is this, millennials in space? Is this millennials in space being annoying and being stupid? And not being very enlightened? I legit felt like when I watched like DS9 or Voyager or TNG, even the original series, I felt like the characters I was watching, I felt like could really be a future version of humanity, a better, wiser version of human beings. And I'll say this, I watched the new stuff and I feel like I'm watching a very annoying millennial. Not only writing the dialogue feels like it's millennial slop in a lot of this new Trek. Yeah, I long for the days of old Trek. Absolutely. New Trek is just... It's honestly tough for me to get behind. Without a doubt.
There's also a female hologram character, and she's designed to look like a 17-year-old, but she's only 3 months old, and she's socially awkward as a result of being so young. I wasn't looking forward to this show, obviously. I will be watching it for the lols and to catalogue the utter decline of this franchise.
Oh yeah, no, the franchise is screwed. I think the thing that scares me the most is that this show is going to be the death of the show. Oh, man. No, franchise, I think this is going to this could kill the franchise completely. And it's unfortunate. All it takes is good writing. All it takes is good experienced writers who are not on their smartphones all day, which irony, I'm on my smartphone right now. Yeah, I just feel like Star Trek is dead. And it pains me to say that. It really does pain me to say that, because I've always appreciated Star Trek in a lot of ways, but not this new bullshit. Discovery was kind of the last straw. This is the very, very last straw. I already thought Discovery was the last straw, but this is, oh boy.
But after listening to Alan's thoughts on it, it sounds even worse than something like Star Trek Picard Season 1 or Discovery Season 1. It just sounds... It might actually be the worst Star Trek series that's ever made. We'll see.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. At least they can go down... At least this show can go down as being one of the worst things ever produced. I'll accept that. If this show goes down as one of the worst Star Trek series produced, okay. Absolutely.
Again, these days, Hollywood loves to lean into character arcs with single mothers and fatherless homes. But for a Star Trek season to be centered around a character trying to find their mother, rather than some sort of exciting sci-fi adventure story arc or major drama, or something that has actual high stakes, I mean, who is going to care about this? I already don't care about this. And didn't they do something quite similar to this in Star Trek Discovery Season 2? With Michael Burnham trying to reconnect with her mother, who was actually the mysterious...
The Red Angel. Okay, I do remember that. Yeah. Discovery's so bad, you guys. Strange New Worlds was kind of a redemption at first. And then they got back to their old ways. Their old woke ways. And made slop again. Which always finds a way to impress me, is the level of slop. It's wild. It's wild to me, man.
Mysterious Red Angel. And that season was all about, childhood trauma and her broken relationship with her quote-unquote...
You guys, I just want to give a shout-out. We're almost to 6,666 subscribers once again. Almost to 6,666 subs. That is so funny, man. Yeah, the Red Angel garbage. Oh my god, agreed. Yeah, the whole Red Angel thing. Oh, good lord, man. Good lord. Give me 1 second here. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so to those of you who have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Really does help the channel grow. All right, let's keep going. But yeah, Burnham sucked the whole time, exactly. But the show had some redeeming qualities, you know. Oh, thank you, Feline Gaming. I appreciate it. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Yep, 10,000 subscribers is the goal, though. We're trying to get to 6,666 just for the heck of it. Yeah, no, because I think it's a funny number. Mark of the Beast. But I appreciate it, though, my brony.
Quote, brother Spock. I mean, look, I'm never going to accept that Spock had a human, quote-unquote, sister called Michael Burnham, who's responsible for making...
She's Space Jesus. Michael Burnham is Star Trek Space Jesus. She's going to save us from Xenu and the Borg. What would happen if the Borg assimilated Xenu? That is the ultimate Scientology question. And if there's ever to be a crossover for the ages, let us cross over the Star Trek universe and the Scientology universe. That would be hilarious, by the way. That'd be the funniest thing in the world. L. Ron Hubbard and Gene Roddenberry join forces from the grave.
Spock, the man that we would know in the original series. No one accepts this. I think most people accept that Discovery is kind of like this alternate, wacky universe.
Oh, it's fan fiction. Star Trek Discovery, all the new Trek TV shows, they're basically fan fiction. It's all garbage. It doesn't count. Scientology would still follow Xenu. Well, Xenu's basically the devil in Scientology. So you got to watch out for Xenu, dude.
Outside of the main prime timeline. Yeah, so it's going to be a childhood trauma story and a missing mother. I mean, no word on the dad, of course. Caleb doesn't seem too interested in finding him. I mean, maybe the father was a bad guy, right? I don't know. But deadbeat dads are a staple of modern television anyway. So yeah, it sounds like another mystery box type show as well. Modern Trek has done this with Picard and Discovery, where the season has one primary story and you get sort of drip-fed tidbits.
So Dosey Do says, yo, Garza, I got the tramp stamp of Garza yesterday. Whoa! Wait, yep, Garza's my hero. So wait a minute. You got a tattoo of Garza as a tramp stamp? Dude. Oh, God. I was already making fun of that beforehand. I can't believe... No joke, really? Where, first off, what deal are you talking about? Oh shit! Wait a minute. Yeah, you got to let me know, where's that tat at? I feel like you're lying, dude. I'll tell you what, if you can link me to a YouTube video of your tat, Dosey Do, I don't think we ever made a formal agreement, bud. Did we make a formal agreement? Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Oh, no. I think I said something along the lines of like, oh my God. I think I said something along the lines of, if somebody got my name tattooed as a tramp stamp, I probably have to give them mod status. I don't think I said for sure that you would get mod status, though. I said it was a probably. If you guys can, give me a timestamp of when I said that, because I am very curious. I can't remember exactly what... I don't think I promised anything, though. There's no formal agreement, by the way. Yeah, I might have to make you a mod, Dosey Do, if that's the case. I'm going to need to see proof of this tattoo, though. Bro, I got to see proof of this tattoo. Yeah, like Feline Gaming said, make a short and upload it to your channel, Dosey Do. I gotta confirm this, bro. Like, legitimately, if you actually got my name as a tramp stamp, I don't know what to say. It's creepy. Kind of flattering, actually. Creepy nonetheless. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button if you haven't already. Oh, boy. Feline Gaiman says that he pooped his pants earlier. Okay. Get it?
Of developments through the season, and then it all gets resolved in the final episode. He'll be reunited with her by the end.
Do-si-do. I will say this. If you can prove by uploading a short video to your channel that you got that tramp stamp, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I probably might have to give you mod status. I'm going to give you very limited power, though. And I will say this. I will mod... and by the way, I may remove you as a mod, too. Just to let you know, I may remove you as a mod if I feel like you're trying to do some too much shit on there. I think if I make you a mod, Do-si-do, if you actually do have my name above your crack as a tramp stamp, I might have to. It's not a guarantee that I'll make you a mod. But I want to see this, man.
And it'll be all very emotional and cathartic, and there'll be lots of crying. So yeah, you can pretty much predict where the story is going to go without ever watching the show. It's all very immensely tiresome and
millennial writing is overly emotional, and honestly, it's basically theater kids. It's theater kids who think they can write, and that's about it. That's all you need to know.
Derivative. Also, watching young cadets going through the sort of stereotypical coming-of-age, college years stuff, those kind of challenges and rites of passage, I don't see much of a show in that for someone like myself. Maybe a younger audience, but certainly not a mature Star Trek fan. And I think this is really the issue. Good Star Trek was always just good television.
Yep.
And it could be appreciated by all age groups. Teenagers and adults could just sit down and watch stories in Deep Space Nine, Voyager, TNG, Enterprise, whatever, and there's no issues. The stories are not targeting any particular demographic age range, but this show is targeting a specific younger teen and early 20s audience, and I think that's likely going to alienate most Trek fans. I mean, yet let's be honest, there are young Trek fans, but the majority of the Trek fan base is older, right? The majority.
Yeah. Can't argue with you there. But what really saddens me is if this is a young if Starfleet Academy, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, if that is the introduction to Star Trek for young people, oh man, I feel bad for the young people. If Starfleet Academy is their introduction to the world of Star Trek, I'm extremely sad. I'm very saddened by that. Oh boy. We're cooked. We're cooked. No, but Star Trek's amazing, though. And I think the best point of entry is Star Trek The Next Generation. If you want to get introduced to Star Trek The Next Generation is amazing. Purely amazing.
Majority of hardcore Trek fans are at least, I think, 35 plus minimum. The Trek fans who were watching TNG when it came out in 1987 are at least in their 40s and mid-40s now. So I think this Star Trek Starfleet Academy show is likely going to be a miss for most Trek fans. There is a percentage of every fan base that watches everything that comes out. They watch all the new stuff. They never miss it. There's diehards for every franchise.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But that's quite a small percentage of the overall fandom for any franchise. And I don't think that you can rely on them alone. As for trying to generate a new younger audience for this show specifically, I wonder if something like this will really speak to them. I think making a show like this that is too much of a departure is too big a risk. Why wouldn't you just make a conventional Star Trek show based on a tried and tested formula of adult, fully qualified Starfleet officers, professionals, exploring space in a starship? That's all we ever wanted. To me, this new show just sounds dreadful. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, later...
Hey, make sure you guys subscribe to the Dave Cullen Show. He's pretty cool. I like this dude. Yeah, I still can't believe that this hogwash is passing as Star Trek. It's hogwash. It's garbage. And it just feels like crap, you know? Yeah, Starfleet Academy and Fallout perfectly showcase how millennials ruined Hollywood, without a doubt. You know, the problem is millennials can't write, neither can Gen Z, and that's all because we've developed such a hardcore phone addiction that it's killing our attention spans, because all millennials and Gen Z are all on TikTok, unfortunately. And that shit kills your attention span, without a doubt. One of the reasons I don't watch YouTube Shorts and I don't watch TikTok is because I want my attention span to exist. And that's the main thing for me. I want my attention span to still be there, man. That's the thing. Minnesota sues Trump administration over ICE surge after fatal shooting. I'm sorry. You guys should be suing yourselves for all the fraud that you allowed. Sue yourself, dude. Sue yourself. No, I think TikTok kills your attention span. I think even going on Facebook too much kills your attention span. I think doom scrolling the news kills your attention span. Just so many things. It fucks with you. I think it makes you stupider. I think it makes you more ridiculous. I don't think you're more informed. I love how people say, well, don't you want to be informed? It's like, yeah, I'm informed by reading actual literature. We're talking about actual books on concepts that I want to learn. I'm sorry. Watching the news doesn't teach me anything. But be fearful. More fearful for no reason. And my goal is not to be fearful. It's just to do whatever the hell I want. Now, and the cool thing is I'm on path to real financial freedom, and I'm very lucky. But I'm also been very determined. So, I mean, the harder I work and the smarter I work, the luckier I get. And that's the thing, man. I try not to waste any time. I do relax from time to time. Don't get me wrong. I love relaxing. But at the same time, I'm not much of a leisure junkie. Most people are leisure junkies. I do enjoy going to the beach, though. Strong cord around a thick branch. Oh, God. Oh, Lordy. I don't know what you're talking about, Feline Gaming. I have zero clue. What the hell, though? What the fuck? Jeez. I'm really sad that my alma mater shut down. The Quality Leering Center. It's my alma mater. I was a graduate. I was basically, that's my alma mater, dude. Quality Leering Center. And I got my diploma from there. Written in crayon. It was written in crayon. It was really cool. But yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with planning for. I mean, look, I don't plan for old age. I mean, I'm going to be retired by 40, or at least working part time by 40, to where I don't have to work a full time job. And that was always the goal to begin with. Was to not have to work full time. And I'm at that point where it's not needed, because I chose financial freedom. I chose investing. I chose to buy nothing, only buy the things that I really can utilize. I look at the things that I buy as tools, not luxuries. Well, it's a shame that the Quality Leering Center's closed. I leered a lot from the Quality Leering Center. It's one of my favorite places. I got one of the best educations I could ever ask for from the Quality Leering Center. R.I.P. Quality Leering Center. Let's give a moment of silence real quick. So there's two things we got to do a moment of silence for. We're going to do a dual moment of silence for the Star Trek franchise. And we're also going to do a moment of silence for, what's the other one? Feeling Gaming. It's never too late. All right? It really isn't too late. Just learn from people who know better than you. That's all. I have a lot of mentors I've never met, and I just watch their videos and read their books. It's all I do. I copy rich people because they're doing something better than I am, and I need to know what it is. So I get curious. Moment of farting. Anyway, so we're doing a moment of silence for the Star Trek franchise because of Starfleet Academy coming out. And then we'll do a moment of silence for the Quality Leering Center. So let's get it going. Close my eyes. Starting now. Okay. And that's it for the moment of silence for the Star Trek franchise. Yeah, because look, the franchise is, maybe it'll be restored. I don't know, but I think it's appropriate to do a moment of silence for the Star Trek franchise, considering how messed up it has become. Valkyrie plays gamer. What up? How you doing? We just did a moment of silence for the Star Trek franchise, and we did a moment of silence for the Quality Leering Center. I got a quality education from the Quality Leering Center, so I've got like 4 degrees from the Quality Leering Center. I'm ready to take on the world. So big shout out to the Quality Leering Center. He's one of my buddies. Valkyrie plays. I know him in real life. He's one of my buds. Vacation time 24/7 says, "Bruh." Oh, sorry. He's. I don't think he's a. Look, I don't think my buddy's a bad guy or anything. I just think that sometimes he says I don't listen. There are times to listen, and there are times to not listen. That's all I gotta say. And when I think that your proof is poop, that's the thing. I think that a lot of the mainstream media is poop. And when you use mainstream sources as proof, I think that's poop. So mainstream media is poop, not proof. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop. But Valkyrie plays this Star Trek, and again, yeah, I love Star Trek, dude. Star Trek is one of the most amazing franchises of all time. Battlestar Galactica. Feline Gaming is asking, Garza, would you vote for Trump in a third term? I mean, if it's between Trump and pretty much any Democratic candidate, yeah, I'd vote for. I don't want. Look, I'd rather have Vance over Trump because I do think Trump is getting too old. But if I had no other choice, if all I could choose was either Trump or whatever Democrat's running, I'd vote for Trump. I don't trust the Democrat Party. I just don't. They lost me as a voter a long time ago to the point that I'll vote the opposite of what they are at this point. But no, Trump is definitely, I love Trump, but he's too old, So, yeah, I mean, I definitely go for Vance. Vance 2028, JD Vance, baby. That's what I want. I want Vance in 2028, man. I just don't trust the Democrats, dude. I don't. The Dark Lord 3672 says, "Yo Garza, what up, my brony? How you doing, man?" Spock is pretty legit, dude. Yeah, rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy, man. Yeah, no, I'm a huge Spock fan. I think deep down, most people are Spock fans. Spock's amazing. Didn't you love me faster than the devil? Run me straight into the ground. Oh, I think my package is here. Maybe. Well, I gotta do some push-ups for the day. I forgot to do my push-ups. All right. Oh. See ya, my brony brother. I gotta take a piss. Give me one more second. Well, I'm going to see if I can send myself a notification here. I'm just going to monitor the tracking. All right, let's see. Thank you to everybody who's been tapping the subscribe button, though. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please tap the subscribe button. That'd be amazing. I am the eyebrow man, dude. I got the brows, dude. Everybody's jealous of my brows, dude. Thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button, though, and for tapping the like button, though. It really does help quite a bit. I'm trying to get a little more discoverability on this channel, seeing what we can pull off. But yeah, liking the video, liking the stream helps. You know, if you're not subscribed, to become a subscriber, the good stuff, you know, I really appreciate it, because we're really trying to get up there, man. More subscribers, the better. So. what I think I might end up doing is I might use my Pixel 5 as like a wireless microphone somehow, like a wireless Bluetooth microphone. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. But I would like to find a way to... Oh, you know what? I didn't think about this, but I could probably call myself on the Text Now phone number. I think that would... No, that wouldn't work. You know, I'm not too sure. Just not too sure, you guys. About to need some bald cream for the head. Amazon wish list a Bluetooth mic. It would be kind of cool. I think getting a Bluetooth microphone would be pretty tight. By the way, I'm going to start promoting True Classic Tees on the show a little bit using the YouTube affiliate program. That's going to be really fun. Just because, you know me, I love my True Classic. Well, I don't have True Classic yet, but I'm a big fan of their advertising campaigns, and they're just amazing, dude. They're a great company, and their shirts are pretty cool, so I can't wait to get them. I'm getting like 9 shirts from them. It'll be pretty neat, straight up. Yeah, it would probably be a good idea for me to have a wireless Bluetooth mic. I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. I mean, I think you guys are honestly on the right track with that. I'm not opposed to it in any way. But yeah, no, I think having a Bluetooth mic for the show would be a pretty good idea. Yeah, Bluetooth mic would be pretty sick. ZR Build says, get out there doing public appearances. I mean, look, the microphone on my Google Pixel 8 Pro is actually really high grade, the built-in mic. So, I mean, usually when I go out and like to the anti-Trump protests and stuff, and traditionally I'm able to use like the built-in microphones to those. I think it's hilarious shit. I love it. I think my package might be here. Hold on. Never mind. No package. Well, she. But I do want to thank everybody for helping out on the subscriber thing. Even if you're not like too big of a fan of this channel, just even tap on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. I mean, it does help quite a bit. But yeah, doing public appearances for this on this show, using this show as a medium would be very fun. I'll admit that. You guys are my Kangs. All right. Let's see. Neural Cult is asking, what do you think the U.S. should do about the illegal population? I mean, look, if there are actual illegal immigrants, then, you know, it depends on the situation for sure. There's obviously nuance to everything. But, it's a tough call. Let's see. No, I don't even care about. Honestly, I'm just tired of. We just shouldn't really. I think we should close the border. You know? I think we need to stop letting so many people in. That's the problem. Yeah, and like I've said before, I'm not a fan of illegal immigration. I'm just not. I think it's our borders have been taken advantage of a little too much. It's gotten to a tipping point, a real breaking point, you know? So yeah, I'm totally, if we need to, kick out who you got to kick out, I guess. Yeah, if that's what it comes down to, man. If that's what it comes down to. Do I want it to be like that? Hell no. I'd prefer it. I prefer it isn't. But if that's the way it's wrote, that's the way it's wrote. And it becomes a resource issue after a certain point. If we just keep letting every single person with a pulse come into the country, I think it's bad. I think it's bad, man. Most countries have borders and very secure borders. We thought it was a good idea to just let everybody in. And this is why I don't trust Democrats, because they're soft on illegal immigration, they're soft on crime in general. And they allow too much shit to get in. They allow too much shit. They're soft on major crime, and it's become a little ridiculous because they don't want to be called racist. No, the Democrats can't. The problem with the Democrat Party is they just can't lean on any good ideas. There's just not a lot of good ideas left in the Democrat Party. There were never really that many to begin with. So they've had to resort to stupid ideas like socialism and communism, unfortunately, which are god-awful. But yeah, back to what I was saying, though, about I think that Starfleet Academy, that new show, is just going to be the death of Star Trek, straight up. I really do. I do believe that. And the show's gotten to a point where people are just done with it, man. People don't take Star Trek seriously at this point, and I can't say I blame them. I absolutely don't take Star Trek seriously. I just don't. And it is really one of those situations where it's like, why the fuck should I? The series has gone to garbage. The series has gone to trash completely. trust that any of the writers know diddly squat about Star Trek. So it's like, why would I trust the franchise that I love the most in the hands of these people? And I don't. I'm just tired of the woke shit. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people just get sick and tired of it. They're just like, nope, I can't do this anymore, man. You guys have fun with your BS, you know. And, yep. That's how it goes, man. They're just like, nope, I can't do this anymore, man. You guys have fun with your BS. That's how it goes, man. But yeah, nobody's really liking what is happening. I can't say I blame them. You know, at the end of the day, I see what the franchise has become, and it's just, oof. It's dribble. It's something that nobody really wants, and yeah. And I think the fan base as a whole is pretty much done with it all. I mean, I know how done I've been with the series, with the franchise in general, and with the wokening that's happened, and like, I don't mind if a show has a little bit of soul in it, but this is just doesn't, it feels soulless is the problem, and the woke shit just feels like it's like some Karen ideologies, you know, like those annoying Karens you see in public. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with what it's become. But I'm really happy to see what the result's going to be. Sadly, maybe the show just has to die. I don't want it to. I love Star Trek. But maybe that's the route it's taking. And it's pretty sad. Still waiting for these damn deliveries, man. It's supposed to be here today. I do hate it when they're in the hands of USPS, though. Have I seen the show yet? I've seen enough trailers to where I'm just like, nope. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll watch like maybe the first 2 episodes, try to give it a chance, but it just seems like it's written by dumb millennials who don't understand good storytelling. And that's the way I see it. I just don't think my generation understands how to tell a good story. And yeah, I feel the franchise is totally dead. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it, you know. But I think my reaction's pretty reasonable. I mean, a lot of people don't feel... I feel like the franchise just doesn't have any real legs left to stand on. I feel like... I hate to be so pessimistic about Star Trek, but I just feel like the days of good television writing, it's all dead. It's all dead. Unfortunately. Hell. Thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button, though. I appreciate you guys. Show's getting more viewers, and that's something I appreciate big time. And just been getting more viewers every day, and it's just kind of wild to me. And we'll see where the show goes, but. How would you feel if someone used AI to actually finish Firefly? I mean, as long as it's not AI slop. I mean, if they used AI, if they it depends. I mean, if they wrote a really good story to finish Firefly, then sure. But it would have to be good. Like, it would have to be, legitimately good. Sorry to be yawning, everybody. And that's the thing. It's got to be good. You know, if it sucks, we don't want it. All right, you guys. I'm going to play a little bit of basketball real quick. Maybe. I might just take a walk. I need to take a walk, and then I'm going to go head over to my mom's and then eat some dinner. And get some dinner. I'm tired, you guys. Sorry about that. I'll probably feel a little more energized probably around when I get back. I think I'll probably be back around 8 o'clock and try to squeeze in one more show before I go to bed for the night and all that stuff. But I want to thank everybody for taking the time to